Hello, welcome to Octagon Garage. My name is Robert, and today I'm reshooting this video because I made a whole video about talking about the update I'm going to do on reviewing this Chinese carburetor, and I went to go upload it on YouTube, and it is upside down. Don't know why. It filmed it upside down. So, I changed some things, and hopefully I got this right side up. So anyway, I wanted to talk real quickly about the Chinese carburetor. I had bought this a couple years ago and made a short, thinking that I was going to get to it here pretty soon. And I'm sorry, it's my fault. I left you hanging in suspense of this wonderful thing. So anyway, I took the Weber off of the green car and put it on another car. And so I thought, well, this would be the perfect opportunity to give this a try. The other thing I got with the green car installed is a wideband O2 sensor. So let's take a look at what that's going to be out of the box. There won't be any modification or jet changes or anything, just what it has in it. When I did get it, I took the top off and looked at the numbers on the jets, and if I wrote it down, I lost it. So I'll get the numbers and we'll go from there. And so we'll be able to see what it's doing for air fuel ratio out of the box. I went ahead and did a little bit of gasket matching with the intake manifold on the plenum side and the cylinder head side. Nothing crazy, just gasket matching. The carburetor that was on it was a 3236 DGV, and this is the 38 millimeter by 38. And the other thing I had to do is, since it's not a progressive carburetor like the 3236 is, when you open the throttle, it opens both barrels at the same time, where the 3236 has a mechanical linkage that opens the 32 millimeter, well, the throttle opens the 32 millimeter barrel first, and then the 36 gets opened at, I believe it's like part throttle or 3/4 throttle. It then begins to open it up. So it's like a two-stage carburetor. So with that, the other problem that I ran into with, this is the Canon intake manifold, is that the linkage, since it has this, where'd it go? Here it is. It has this gear drive thing. As you open the throttle, see how it goes, how it swings down. It was rubbing against the intake runner of the intake manifold. So I thought, well, maybe I'll make a spacer and bring it up, or I guess I could have got a couple of 2 or 3 gaskets and spaced it up, because it only had to come up just a little bit. Then I thought, well, wait a minute. I'm here in Springfield, Missouri, and there's a place called Z-Car Depot for the Donson 260, 270, 280 Z-Car. All the Z-Car enthusiasts out there, you might want to check them out. They got a lot of good stuff. They make some of their own stuff, and they also sell stuff on their website. So they had a Weber intake spacer, aluminum spacer. They make a plastic one, and they also make a phenolic one, and this is aluminum, in 1/4 inch, and they also offer it in 1/2 inch. And I thought, hey, that's the ticket. So, but then again, it was for a 3236, not for the 3838. So I have it on video of showing this part before it was modified, but it's upside down. But anyhow, I traced out it comes with 2 gaskets, and I want to say this thing is about, don't quote me, but it's like $15, $12, $15 for this deal. So I took the gasket, but see, the gasket's set up for 3838. It's a nice gasket. It's very heavy duty, made in the USA, all that stuff. So I used it and I traced out the gasket for the opening I needed. And I also used that as a template for the intake manifold. So I got that ported out and everything clears now. So just wanted to make a new video because I'm sure you didn't want to see me upside down. So that's what's going on with that. I'm going to get this put on there, and then I'll have a follow-up video, of course. We'll see what the air-fuel ratio is, see how it runs. I don't know. There's good reviews and there's some bad reviews on intake not intake, carburetors, Chinese Weber carburetors. Oh, by the way, I bought this carburetor on Amazon. And there's the brand, there's the box. And all kinds of information on the bottom. I bought this on Amazon, and when I bought it a couple years ago, it was, I believe, right at about $99 delivered. And I looked it up the other day, and it was at $79 now. So it's a little bit cheaper now for whatever reason. Hopefully they're not making an even cheaper product now. So we shall see. But that's what's going on with that. I'll give you the good, the bad, and the ugly with it. The other thing too that I didn't want to leave out of this video that I had in the last was I bought some die grinder burrs. They have a 5-inch long shaft, and they're different shape burrs. They're double cut burrs for your die grinder. Double cut wasn't really the one I was looking for. I was looking for a single cut, but they were on Amazon for I believe it was $10, $9.99. And so far, it's not the best thing to use a double cut with aluminum because it clogs it up. You really want a single cut, but they seem to be staying sharp. So I used them yesterday, and I don't know, so far so good. I used them on the intake manifold and the spacer. And I used 3 of the 5, and like I said, they still seem to be staying sharp. Now, I didn't use them all day or anything like that. It was just I was grinding on this. I didn't go terribly crazy with it, probably for about an hour total. And then I used the cylinder flap rolls. They're made of a sandpaper, and you have a mandrel that's tapered with a threaded deal, and you screw it on there. So I used a 60 grit. I used a 60 grit roll disc sander in there, and over in here I traced this out with the intake exhaust manifold gasket to match it up. Got it lined up as best I could and scribed, and then and traced around here and got it matched to the gasket. And on the cylinder head, it's pretty much spot on. It looks like from the factory, or somebody had done it one time. They had gasket matched it on the cylinder head, so it looked really close and really good. So I'm not I'm not going to take the cylinder head off right now anyway, so I just left it alone. I just mainly did the intake side. So just clean up some of the roughness and make sure we have a good smooth transition from the intake to the cylinder head. So nothing crazy here. I didn't really change too much in the dimensions and all that kind of thing. There was a little bit of, there's a casting line that goes down on the side here, and then on the other side there was a casting line. There was some roughness, and I cleaned that up as far as I could reach in there with the burr and the flap disc. So that's actually not a flap disc, it's a flap roll, but that's what's going on with that. So anyway, have a good day. Talk to you later.